Allie, can you wave? Good girl.
Happens to all of us.
I'm just going to take a smiley photo and then I'm done. Oh, thank you. Hi, crafty people.
Are you the dribbliest, baby?
You got tiny toes, Alice. Let's get making.
Hi crafty people and Happy New Year! Today it's the 1st of January 2021 and I'm here to sit with you and talk to you through some of the milestones I had from 2020, some of the resolutions I had and whether I achieved them or not, and also to share with you some of my goals for the upcoming year. Welcome to my channel if this is the first video you're watching of mine. My name is Marie and this channel is all about motivating mums to make and mend. I am a mum to 3 kids, Elijah who is 4.5, Isabel who has just turned 3, Alice who is 1.5, and I'm 35 weeks pregnant, due with our 4th baby. I love sewing things for my family. I find that it's great just practically, but also for my own mental stimulation, creativity, and sort of my own self-care as well. So I really hope that my sewing tutorials and all of my videos are motivating to you to give sewing a try and to use sewing as a form of creative outlet or self-care for you as well. So I hope you enjoy this video as you're watching it, and if you do, don't forget to like it, which shows YouTube that it's a valuable video for you. And don't forget to comment below with what your New Year's resolutions are or any sewing projects that you're looking forward to working on this year. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what my goals were for 2020. 2020 turned out a lot differently to what all of us expected, so that may have changed the way our resolutions played out and whether we achieved them or not, but that's okay. The first resolution I had in 2020 was a carryover one from the previous year of 2019, in which I wanted to not buy any new clothes. For this goal, it was my second year of only buying second-hand clothes or making clothes from scratch. I will say that with all the lockdowns and restrictions, it was more difficult to be able to buy second-hand clothing because it was harder to get out and look through shops that had second-hand clothes in them. So I don't think I was quite as successful as I was in 2019 with this goal. In saying that though, I mostly did achieve the goal. There were only a few things that I had to buy brand new, mostly being pajamas for the kids. For some reason, I can't find them at op shops very easily for our kids. And there were about 3 other items that I had to buy for the kids' wardrobes when I wasn't able to find them secondhand. I am especially proud of the outfits that we wore to my brother's wedding, knowing that I wanted us all to match because I'm that kind of a person, but not being able to buy brand new clothes meant that I was going to have to make all of our outfits from scratch. So I made my dress and my girls' dresses, and I made bow ties for the boys to go with the suits they already had. The second sewing related goal I had this year was to make one sewing project a week and share it on Instagram. Now this ended up being a goal that I did not achieve, and partway through the year I decided that it was something that I didn't actually want to pursue anymore as a goal. Now the reason for that is, at the beginning of the year I didn't realize I wanted to start a YouTube channel. And now that I have started my YouTube channel, my focus has now shifted to making sewing projects and YouTube videos. So I've kind of changed that goal to making a project every 2 weeks and posting a YouTube video every other week. So sewing project one week and a YouTube video about that sewing project the week after. The reason I set that goal in the first place was because I do use sewing as a form of self-care. As a stay-at-home mum to 3 little kids, I am blessed to be with my kids all the time and to share their ups and downs and their development and to really see how they're turning into the beautiful little people that they are. But it is hard, it's draining, and it is all-encompassing. So it is so nice to have a hobby that I can come back to in the evenings once they're asleep, where I'm able to just focus on me, something I enjoy for myself, even though I'm mostly sewing for the kids really anyway, but it's something that I'm doing for myself to help my own mental health, to give me a break and to have a creative outlet when really most of the other creative outlets is like painting and Play-Doh and, you know, kid stuff. So this year I really wanted that to be one of my focuses, to spend time on my own self-care and mental health through sewing. So that all leads me on to explaining to you why I started my YouTube channel in the first place and what sort of achievements I had along the way. I started this YouTube channel in May of 2020, so at the point now that I am filming, it has been 8 months of me being on YouTube. I have always loved watching YouTube, both for sewing tutorials but also just other lifestyle people that I like to watch and vlogs. So to be able to then share some videos on YouTube has been really fun. Before I had this YouTube channel, I had an Etsy shop where I sold some of my sewing creations, but I was finding it a bit monotonous, sewing the same things over and over again, only to then send them away and not actually benefit from the making of it. For me, I do enjoy the process of sewing, but I actually mostly enjoy having that physical item to then use or gift or, to see in your house that it's being valued. So for me, the Etsy shop started to feel a little bit of a burden, and that's when I decided to start this YouTube channel. I still wanted to keep sewing a sewing project each week of the year, and I thought that if I shared them on YouTube, that would keep me motivated to stick at that goal. I love to sew, and I'm really enjoying the process of filming and editing the videos, which is a skill that I had never had before. Also for Christmas this year, Lane got me some studio lighting, so hopefully my video looks nice and crisp. I don't know whether you can tell, but I certainly can. I'm sweating it here under these lights with the air conditioner off because I don't want the noisy air conditioner noise blowing through. So with my new lighting setup and the change in my background, I'm really motivated for 2021 to see just where this YouTube channel takes me and what impact my videos can have on you, my audience. My aim for this year was to get to 500 subscribers, and I'm actually really close to that. I got to 453 right now as I am filming, which feels like a great achievement, so thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet though, if you press the red button, it's free. It really helps me out and it helps my channel to grow so that other people can find my channel too. I've also had 841 hours of watch time, which is amazing to me that my channel, my videos have been watched that much. The video for me that's performing the best on my channel is my 10 best sewing projects for babies. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I'll link it in the description box down below. So I'm going to make a follow-up video for that this year about my top 10 best sewing projects for toddlers. I'm now going to share with you some of my goals for 2021, along with some of the sewing projects that I'm really looking forward to achieving this year. I have 7 goals to share with you today. The first one I have already mentioned, and that is no buying new clothes. So only buying secondhand clothes or making clothes from scratch. I really like doing this goal both for the ethical side of things about not buying from fast fashion companies, but also I just like the treasure hunt of going op shopping, and it's a bit of fun, and making clothes from scratch again, that's a bit of fun too. My second goal is to sew mostly from my sewing stash. In these boxes here behind me, I have all sorts of fabric or items of clothing that I've got secondhand or just things that need to be repaired, and I really want to make it a priority to go through all that and sew from there first. I'm not going to limit myself to never buy fabric this year, because I do think if I'm making a project and I need something very specific, I'm happy to go out and buy that sort of fabric in order to finish that project. But this year I don't want to just be going and buying things from the shops just because I like the fabric and I'm hoping to eventually have something to make from it. My third goal is to get an overlocker or a serger if you live in America. I would love to try using an overlocker. I feel a little bit intimidated, but I would love to have a go. I think it would really up my sewing game and help to improve, especially when I'm using some knit fabrics. My fourth goal is to post more consistently on Instagram, and especially on Instagram stories. I have never had a personal Instagram before, so when I started my Instagram to share my sewing projects, it was a big learning process this year. So I really want this year to be able to learn a bit more about Instagram and how to connect better with you, and to have my stories be a bit more engaging so you can see more of the behind the scenes and not just see the final products of what I've been working on. My fifth goal is to get ahead in my videos before the new baby comes. I have 2 pre-filmed videos that are going up in January, which will help me to have a bit of a buffer to sew a few things before I'm due at the beginning of February. So I'm really hoping that I can have maybe 2 or 3 videos ahead, so that once the baby is born, I can take a bit of time off, obviously, to really focus on our new baby and our new life as a family of 6. Goal number 6, which is my second to last one, is to reach 1,000 subscribers this year on my YouTube channel and to reach 4,000 watch hours. So like I already mentioned, I'm at 800 watch hours, so 4,000 seems like a pretty big goal, but we'll see how we go. I really hope I can get there. If I achieve those 2 goals, then I will be able to be paid by YouTube for putting out my content, which, although I am doing this for a hobby, it would be really nice to be paid to do my own hobby. And then goal number 7, my last goal, are some of the sewing projects that I want to achieve this year and some of the videos that I'm going to film to share with you as well. There are quite a few projects this year that I want to make for our new baby, unsurprisingly. So that will be a big goal at the beginning of this year, especially to sew a few newborn projects to share with you. Also, I really want to make that video that I mentioned before about my 10 sewing projects for toddlers video. I'd really like to learn this year how to make doll clothes, and I feel a little bit intimidated by that because even making baby clothes is hard because they're so small and fiddly that I think making doll clothes that are even smaller is going to be quite a challenge, and I have never done it before. So I really hope this year that I can make that a go. Kind of don't want to say it because I kind of don't want to do it, but Isabel especially is really into her dolls, and I would love to make her some little doll outfits that match some outfits for her. I think that would be so cute and she would love it so much. I'd also really like to be able to teach Isabel how to sew. She's been really interested in what I'm doing, and she loves to watch and she loves to ask questions, and she has been asking to learn how to sew. I would love to be able to teach her how to make a little skirt this year, in a safe way of course, being only 3 years old, but I'd really love to see that be a goal this year, to help her learn how to sew. I'm also looking forward to sewing with fabric from a few brands that I've never tried before. Noosa Fabric & Co have sent me some beautiful fabric which I'm really looking forward to sewing for you this year, and they're not paying me to sew with them. I love their products and I'm so glad that they're sending them to me for free. I'm really excited to be sharing them with you in an upcoming video, and I hope to work with a few other companies this year. So there you have it. They are my 7 sewing and YouTube related goals that I have set for this year. If you've enjoyed learning about my goals for this year and you want to see if I achieve them or not, then don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you can come back and see some of my future videos and see by the end of the year if I've achieved them or not. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed over the past 8 months of my channel being launched. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at mymummakes.marie. And if you've made it this far through the video, then I'm sure you've enjoyed it, so don't forget to press like down below as well. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to watch another one, I'll leave a few linked in the description box down below that you might be interested in watching next. And until next time, go get creative and I'll see you later. Do you want to see how big my tummy is at 35 weeks? There it is. A pretty much cooked, can come out now please would be nice baby. Bye.